everyone? It's your pal, My Hero Goob. Hey, I'm here for a box opening today. I am going to be opening the newest Challenger deck from Universus. This is the My Hero Academia Dark Hero Arc box. If you're not too familiar with the manga from My Hero Academia, this is the part of the manga where Midoriya basically becomes Nightwing. He kind of goes a little crazy, right? A little edgier, a little more Batman-esque.
I'm Batman.
So in the box, you get a full 60 card deck. You also get Deku as the main character, but he also has a transform side, so you technically get two characters in a sense to start off in this deck, and then you also get an exclusive pack of alt arts as well. So here's our alt art pack. You get a little booklet that comes with it, but most importantly, here come the cards itself. Let's start with obviously the character himself, Mr. Midoriya. So the first thing that I find rather intriguing with him is the fact that he has 5 symbols on his face. Air, good, life, void, and water are his main symbols. So it is very interesting to see that in the format that we're in right now, we have a variety of not only characters, but the ability with mixing and matching the decks, right? So like right now, you have your standard characters with your 3 symbols. You have your Attack on Titan format with them having the 2 symbols, and then that set allowing you to have the attuned ability, and then with him having 5 symbols on his face. So you definitely have a lot of options and a lot of ways that you can play this character. I know a lot of people are doing the life shenanigans, but he can also do really funny stuff on void, really funny stuff with water. He's got unironically a good package, and then air is air, right? But let's go over the front side of Midoriya. So this one is what we call Izuku Midoriya on the move, and it's going to be form, commit X foundations, transform character, X equals -3, the number of face down cards that are in your card pool, X may equal 0. Then enhance, commit 1 foundation for +3 or -3 speed to this attack, and then response commit, discard a Vigilance card before the attack block step, reduce its damage to 1. And then on the flip side, you have Izuku Midoriya Quirks Unleashed. Form, transform this character. Then he's got another form that says form, commit 2 foundations, your next attack gets +3 speed, +3 damage. And then respond commit, after your rival plays an attack, reduce its speed to 0. And draw 1 card, skip that attack's enhanced step. So for one, it's really intriguing to see that he can go back and forth, right? So you can just consistently transform, depending on what you want to do, right? So his front side says it's required for you to discard a card, and then I'll just take 1 damage, right? Or you have the Quirks Unleashed side that says commit, I'll basically make it to where your attack is a flash, I'll reduce its speed to 0, I'll draw a card, and then I'll just easily block this, right? So on this side, he has a way to nerf the speed, but then give himself the ability to draw a card. On this side, he can say, hey, I'll just take the damage, but I really only took 1 damage. So he really wants to bait you on whether or not you have the extra attack for the kill shot, versus I don't think he's going to do it early on, unless there's something that he feels necessarily here. Like if he's on this side and there's an attack that just has like so many things going for it that he just doesn't want to deal with it and just make it a flash essentially, and then just easily block it or take the little damage that's there. He's a 16 or 29 health character on either side. I'm intrigued for the fact that because he has so many symbols on his face, that I would like to see a list for each symbol and kind of get an idea of like, is he trying to do something different with each symbol? Are there 2 that are very, very common to one another? Or are there shenanigans that you can only do with 1 symbol versus the other? I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to give this character a shot. Now, I won't go over all the cards. I'll just go over essentially some of the cards that I feel that you honestly might see in the format right now. For example, I think this one, Tattered Costume, is one that I think you'll see a lot of in the format, considering it's a asset as a 2 difficulty, checks a 5. It's a 2 mid block. It's a sacrifice after your rival plays an ability on an action card or a keyword ability on an attack, cancel that ability. So things like combined firepower. You also have City Rampage, Showdown. You have Genkai's Guidance. Seizing the advantage, right? You have all these actions that either screw with your board in the sense of, like, for seizing the advantage, something's going to get flipped. City Rampage, which makes it to where your checks are just so much easier, right? Combined Firepower at the cost of milling, but then getting potentially a metric ton of damage. I think this card is going to be something, especially, with Air, Life, Void, definitely Life and Void, as like the savior card of, like, you don't get to play that. I will tell you what you can play, but this one particular action, or like if there's an EX ability that would make it to where it's unblockable and you need to be able to stop it to survive, you can stop that from happening. So I think this is something that you'll definitely see in the meta as far as like other decks. Having this particular card is way too good, especially, like, I know it's a sacrifice cost, but if there's something that, like I said, action wise, that's just gonna take over the turn and completely transform it, I could see this card being something that is very, very heavily pushed. Then you have, I think I saw this in when I was watching Tam play on the webcam Wednesdays. I'm pretty sure I saw this one, but this one was kind of interesting from what I was seeing. Fanjin Flurry. It's an EX3 charge kick, 0 mid for 7 with a +1 mid block. It's a 4 difficulty, checks a 3. It says after this tech receives a speed bonus of 3 or greater, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So I was seeing this card in, I think it was Annie specifically, where it's a free momentum for her. Like, I don't think they really care that the attack gets blocked. I think it's more the fact that they can then suddenly do their ability, right? Or, think of characters like, I don't know, we'll use Mirio for an example, where he has to spend a momentum to make something, or I think it's the speed of something 0 or the damage of something 0. It's just a quick way for him to gain momentum, and then if he's only able to poke with that, he has a way to survive for the next turn, right? So I think that's one that you'll definitely see in the meta for sure. Another one which I know we'll see a lot of is First Wielder for All. It's a 2-check, 2-high block, checks a 5. First Wheeler or 1 for all, ally, Visage. Respond, Tenacious Flip. After you transform your character, gain 2 health. Ready foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. So mainly it's going to be useful for characters like Midoriya or any of the Attack on Titan characters that have that transform ability, right? Of, okay, as soon as I transform, I'm going to go ahead and respond on this, flip it over, gain my 2 health, ready a foundation that I know can be really essential for my continuing my attack run, especially with having the infinity symbol. There are so many characters and so many attacks itself that are going to benefit from this particular foundation. I think it's going to be better than what people think, and the fact that it has the infinity symbol on here is pretty crazy to me. One card which I thought was rather interesting. This one I think is going to be another card that you'll definitely see more into the format of Second Wielder. It's a 2 difficulty, 2 mid block, checks a 5, ally Visage. If your rival has 6 or more foundations, you may sacrifice this foundation as though you were spending momentum to pay EX or powerful, and then flip one attack in your card pool. This attack gets +3 speed. So, oh man, I suddenly don't have that momentum, but looking at that board over there that my opponent has, I think, you know, this will be like a quick way to be like, oh, I'm missing I need one more attack, but I just need a little more damage, or I need one more attack, but I need the speed so they can't block it. I think that's one that you'll definitely see a lot of. This one is busted, especially if you get 4 of them in your stage. But it's a 6-wielder smoke screen. Add 1 card, or sorry, it's a 1 difficulty +3 high block, checks a 5 ally visage. Enhance, add 1 card from your hand to your card pool face down. This tech gets -4 speed. Yeah, that's that sure is a thing. Like, I watched somebody have 3 of them in their card pool and just decimated their final attack speed, and just made it to where, like, it was one of those situations where, like, yeah, just check a number here and you'll be fine, right? I think that'll be one that you definitely see a lot of for sure. So those are the cards, like I said, that I think that you'll see in the meta for sure. But let's go ahead and get ourselves into the main event of the video and open up some alt art cards. All right. All right. So we pulled a alt 7th wheeler float, a shiny 7th wheeler float, a rapid rescue, a shiny smokescreen, and then another shiny smokescreen, and then a flurry. All right, not bad pulls. The question bearing though is this something that is this something that you feel should be worth buying, or that I feel that should be worth buying? I think so, just because I think Midoriya himself is a very interesting character, with the consideration of him being able to transform back and forth on whatever playstyle he wants to do. And I think there's a few cards in here that I think if you were to look into the symbols that he has, and especially something if you feel like you're short on something, or you need like an extra boost here and there, I think this deck is definitely going to be worth it for sure. But again, I appreciate UVS Games for sending me out the deck. I really do be looking forward to playing some of the people that are very excited to play Deku. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the deck and what you think is going to be meta relevant. Thank you guys so much for hanging out watching the video. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.